Carl's Garage. If you looked at the last video, you saw me do the fan assembly in my 2015 Kia Optima. Today we are doing brakes, brake rotors and pads, drilled and slotted. Got some special drilled and slotted brake rotors and pads. Drilled and slotted brake rotors, pads, whole kit for the entire car, front and back. I'm going to show you guys just one wheel at a time, not all four wheels. So I kind of already cheated a little bit like I did with that, because my goal is to show you the problems that you will go through. So again, this Carl's Garage brought to you by Car Nutrition and in team with StraightOuttaContent. So again, please like, comment, and subscribe if this is your first time watching this video. And if you are a normal fan, then thank you for coming back. So today, I'm going to show you guys some of my goodies, because 99% of the people you can go on YouTube and find out how to take brake rotors and brake pads off of a 2015 Kia Optima or 2014, whatever year your car is. But you're going to come into certain problems. So one of the problems that we faced with my fan was that the original OEM connector came with a casing around it that didn't fit into the new fan that I got off of Rock Auto. Shout out to Rock Auto. No, I'm not sponsored, but I hope to one day. So next, an issue that I just faced that we were about to go to the store, but it's actually going to save me a trip. So two things you need that you should definitely have whenever you change your brake rotors. Brake rotors are going to, chances are, when they come from the factory, they're going to come with some type of like oil coating on them to prevent rust. You need brake cleaner to spray it on there and wipe it off. I thought that I needed that, and you definitely want that. Usually comes, sometimes they'll sell like the brake anti-seize stuff or whatever, but I like the big top. You twist it off and you lift it up. It's got the paintbrush in it. You can paint all your brake parts. So I thought that I was going to have to go to the store, but in my kit, and we will show, bam, not only come with drilled and slotted brake rotors, also comes with the pads, front and rear. Chances are the bigger ones are the front. But it also comes with, so we'll open this up, a little unveiling. It also comes with, it's in Spanish, brake and parts cleaner. Bam. I don't know who this is, but shout out to them. Hopefully get sponsored by them one day. Oh, and it comes with brake fluid. DLT, brake fluid. Now, today, I'm not doing a brake flush, but this is good to have if you've got somebody who can do a brake flush. They got the right machine. Now you got some synthetic brake fluid, which is I probably should run that through this system. And this will be something that I do at a later day. I'll probably pay a professional to do it. But I do have brake cleaner. So this is something that I now won't have to buy. I probably do have some those little packets where you put on all your different parts, and it'll stop the squeaking and stuff like that. But in the meantime, if you don't have that and you just have this, at least you're able to clean your parts. Come on, let me show you what I'm talking about. So over here, I've already kind of started. Let's see if this light works. You can turn the ISO up if it's too dark. So as you see, I already took the rotor off. Yeah. So let me just, chances are you've witnessed, are you getting both me and the rotor? Thank you. Chances are you kind of know how to take off a rotor. And if you don't, there's plenty of YouTube videos out there for that. Again, Car Nutrition brings to you content that's going to keep your car healthy. So an issue that not all brake rotors have. Not all brake rotors have these Phillips head screwdrivers in them. I mean Phillips head screws in them. My car does. Now I got to this and I was wondering why it wasn't coming off. This is just like a little extra stability. It comes with usually the OEM rotors. I'm not even sure if the new ones do, but you always want to save these. Now, a tip. These can be very hard to remove. Luckily, I had a big screwdriver, which is a big head screwdriver. Can you see that? Big head Phillips screwdriver. It's pretty big. This was able to get this one off. Now, will I be successful in all 4? I don't know, but that's what I'm here to bring you. I'm here to go through problems so that you guys can watch me solve them, and then whenever you have them, you're able to solve them on your end. So I was able to get these off. I should use WD-40. WD-40, you should spray these, let them sit for about 5 minutes, then it should definitely come off a lot easier. Don't lose these. Do not lose these. I'm not saying that it will work or won't work. I'm just saying don't lose them. So once you get the rotor off, now even with these removed, it was still a little tough to have the rotor off. So I have my little plastic mallet, little rubber mallet, and was able to hit it off very gently, and it came right off very smooth. This is what I was talking about with the brake cleaner. So I have a little bucket, all this gunk right here and stuff like that. When the pad is sliding in and out of here, the pad is going to slide, and that's where you can get your squeaking from, and that's where that lube, and keep these pieces lubed up, so this way you don't hear any brake squeaking, because God forbid you go through all that work putting on brand new drilled and slotted rotors and then you get squeaking. It's like, come on. Also, zoom in here. You see here with the bolt for the caliper bracket, you have rust. See? You have rust. So from the factory, they probably didn't put any coating on there to keep it from rusting, and that's not what you want. So the same stuff that you put in here, you put just a dab, and then whenever you bolt it back in, it'll go in and it won't rust over time, because God forbid you go 3 to 5 years from now and try to take this bolt off and it's rusted all the way through and it doesn't pull out. So what we're going to do is with the brake cleaner, we're going to clean all this up. I'm going to run to the store. I'm going to get the twist cap of the actual brake lube stuff, and I'm going to make this all nice and pretty and nice and lubed up, and then we're going to put on the new rotors. So the first thing I'm going to do is let's go open up one of these drilled and slotted rotors. Let's go see what they look like. Let's make sure they're the right ones. Go ahead and nip this. Make sure we get the right. Ooh, those are pretty. Those are pretty. Yeah, see, they're all slimy. Look at those. Those are gorgeous. Those are pretty. I don't know what the hell that is. This might be rear. I gotta see if they show. What I don't see is the bolt is the screws. Yeah, see, they have the holes for the screws. They have the holes for the screws, but you don't see any screws. And the original rotors have a look. Oh, these might be rear, because this is pretty deep in here. These might be rear. Let's look at the difference. Superior stopping power. And the purpose of drilled and slotted, it dissipates heat. As the pads squeeze the rotor, the holes in the slots dissipate heat, and you have a cooler pad for better stopping power. Ooh, yeah, these gotta be the front. These jokers ain't no. Ooh. Yeah, these gotta be the front. These ain't no joke. Ooh, look at that. Look at that. Ooh, those is gorgeous. Look at that. That is gorgeous. Ah, look at that. That is beautiful. That is beautiful. Okay, guys, let's go try this on. Okay, so we want to make sure that you line up. You want to line up the two holes where the screws go. So that's, for me, that's here and here. So that should be right here. Bam. Put that in there like that. Pop one of these screws out. This will hold it in place. Again, I'm going to spray them, but I'm just putting them on for just so you guys can see, just to make sure that they fit properly. Right now this screw doesn't want to go. Let's try it on this side. And these are the issues that you will face if the screw doesn't want to necessarily go back where it came out of. And that's the issue that I'm having right now. Okay, there we go. I got one in. And this one will hold. This will hold the rotor. So for now, there we go. There we go. So that's how you do the front. I mean, the pads, super easy. Put those pads back. Clean this up don't leave this dirty when you put in new pads. Don't do that. Clean this up. Clean up all these, all this hardware. Clean up all this with the brake cleaner. Make sure you lube it up really good. Put it back because you don't want to hear squeaking later. And then this will go on here like this. This will go on here just like this. Just like that. The pads will go right here and you'll be all set. So today I didn't run into any issues. Hopefully you don't run into any issues. Also, oh, just a tip so you guys know, whenever you take your brake caliper, make sure you hang it up. Don't let it just sag down. I don't know if you guys can, let me shine the light on it. You hang your brake caliper, make sure you definitely hang it. Mine's hanging is pretty safe right there. But don't let it hang down. You will mess up your braking system like that. Outside of that, you will have to push the piston in. Before you start your job, make sure you get one of these. Make sure you have one of these to push the piston in. I could show you what I mean by that. You take an old rotor. We're gonna go ahead and hang this. Take an old rotor. I mean, you're gonna take an old pad. It's the oldest trick in the book. You take an old pad. Pull it out like this. Try to get some light. Be very gentle. Your braking system is very delicate. That's fine, I'm not worried about that. Very gentle. Do not want to mess this up. So I'm going to pull it like this. I'm going to stick this on here. Make sure the groove, you want the groove facing up. So there's a little groove. You want this groove facing up. You're going to spin it in. Give yourself some slack. Put this groove right in there. See how it's fitting nice and nice? Can you see that, camera woman? See how that's fitting in there? Right? Make sure your e-brake isn't on. Stick that in there like that. Okay, you got it? Try to keep it like this. Then you're just going to turn it slowly. You're going to feel it getting tight, and you're going to see the piston get pushed in very slowly. Do not do this fast. Even if it takes 5 minutes. Even if it takes 5 minutes, guys, you want to do this very slowly as you push that piston in, because you see these aren't bad. Like, I could probably run these past for like maybe another 10,000 miles, probably 20, depending on how much driving you're doing. But the new pads are going to be super thick. Crazy thick, so you're not gonna be able to fit those new pads, both of them, on this new rotor. So you got to push this piston in. You see, because right now it's pushing the fluid back up to the reservoir. You can take it off. I know there's tricks where you can put a plastic bag on the reservoir, take the top off, put a plastic bag, and push it. I've never had any issues doing it this way. Please do it whatever safe way that you have learned. You have learned it a different way, please do it that way. I'm not saying that my way is the right way. I've just never had any issues doing it like this very slowly. Because nothing has been opened, this piston is, whether or not I touch this system or not, this piston and that reservoir is closed. So pushing the piston in manually is no different than you getting in your car and stepping on the brake. That's the reason why I don't go through all the extra steps of taking off the reservoir cap and putting a bag. Because right now, the mechanics of this system is not acting any different. Just because the rotors are changed, just because the pads are new, the mechanics of the fluid in the system aren't, there's no difference. And as you see, it's almost all the way going very slowly, little turns, and it's almost all the way there. That's really it. That's how you change the brakes, front brakes, on a 2015 Kia Optima. We can kind of go over the, see, and I like to push it once it's all the way there. Boom, I like to just leave it for a second. I'll leave it. Then I might do something else. All you have to, oh, by the way, quick little tip. Quick little tip. You need a 14 millimeter socket and or wrench, and a 17 millimeter socket and or wrench. This, for the actual, the part that squeezes the pads, this right here is a 14. This big one is a 17. This is for the whole caliper bracket itself. This is just for the, this right here, just for the pad bracket. So again, 14, 17, this is behind there. It's very easy. If you're doing it on this side, righty-tighty. If you're doing it on that side, you'll be hitting it to the left. Outside of that, guys, I mean, I'm just gonna go ahead and assemble them. I'm gonna go to the store, I'm gonna get that brake lube and clean up my brake parts. But again, this was a pretty quick, easy showing, but I just wanted to show you of what you might run into. My next video will be on the rear brake rotors to see what obstacles I might face back there. Outside of that, you guys are going to see, look at the damage. Look at the damage. You guys are going to see this car get fully fixed, wrapped, everything. So we're starting with the brake rotors, and then next, I mean, I already fixed my fan, so then next, I'm going to change this whole side. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know. I got a quote. I can get the fender, door, and door for $480. Let me know if I should go that way, or let me know if I should do all the body work myself and then have it wrapped. All right, guys, please stay tuned for kind of part 2 of the rear part of this, of the rear wheel of this car, guys. Thank you so much. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace.